everybody, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for Sunny Tuesdays with Christy on Spiegel Mom Scraps channel. I'm excited for this layout, although I have to tell you it's literally taken me all week to decide how to go about it. We are doing unusual birthday week this week for Spiegel Mom Scraps, and what it is, it's you're scrapbooking a birthday that you personally wouldn't normally scrap. So I scrap birthdays. I like to do that, especially like my son. I scrap 3 layouts a year on his birthday, so I like birthdays. But one thing I noticed that I did not do with Jackson that I think would be kind of fun to do for Nora is to scrapbook her birthday. So kind of like I did a welcome to the world layout for my son, and so instead of doing that, I'm going to do her birthday. I don't know, I thought it was a little unique, fit the scope of what we're looking for this week, and I'm just going to play with it. My second option, which Daisy did really well on Sunday on her video, was to scrapbook your country's birthday. So I was going to do, Canada turned, it was Canada's 150th birthday this year, so it was a really big deal. And I was thinking about doing that, but once I saw that Daisy was doing a 4th of July layout, she covered that. So that's why I'm not doing that. I'm going to do this instead, and hopefully it gives you a little bit of a different idea on something that you could scrap that is a little bit not something you would normally do. And then make sure you turn into the blog post today and see what Sarah King has scrapbooked for this. And then tomorrow you'll see the oh so talented Christina and her idea for her birthday, unusual birthday. You have to take a look at that because she's got a great story. So make sure to come back to the YouTube channel tomorrow to check out that layout as well. And I think I've done enough talking for my intro. I'll get you on fast forward and let's see what I can create. I'm not exactly sure which one of these 3 photos I'm going to choose. I was thinking I could do a nice clean and simple one where she's clean, or this was literally seconds after she was born, and this is a couple seconds after that. She sat on my belly for a little bit because we were all so shocked at how pretty she was. So I didn't actually cuddle her for a few minutes after. We kind of all just stared at her at first. So this is us all staring at her, and this is when I finally got to cuddle with her. So I'm not exactly sure which one I'm going to pick, but it's definitely going to be one of these 3. I'm going to start by figuring out which papers I want to use. I have this really lovely collection of papers that are very baby themed, or which I thought would be very girly and work really well for Nora. So I'm just playing through all of that, trying to see what I liked, and I lucked out, and one of the very first pieces I found, I love this piece. It is from a paper pad, so it's not very strong paper. It's some of that flimsier ones, but I love it. It's from a Mambi sheet that I got at Michael's, and it says "Hello Girl," which is really cute, and I'm trying to play off of that but cover the giraffes because I want my photo to go down there so that it kind of is in line with all of the hearts that are there. So I'm going to play around with this a little bit. I'm thinking, oh, look at that really pretty butterfly. That's going to work really well. And you're going to see in the end, I scratch this whole idea and come up with something different. But I do go around and really try to make it work at first. This layout actually ends up being very simplistic for me. So if you've seen a lot of my layouts, you know I like to add a lot of different elements to a layout and add a bunch of different ephemera and stuff. This one really doesn't end up doing that. Instead, I focus more on doing some fussy cutting, and I will tell a story, which you'll see live. So here you go. I decided that I wanted to add all 3 of these photos. I didn't just want it to be one. I couldn't pick which one I wanted, so I'm going to add all 3, but I'm going to make it into a little flip book. So I do this a lot actually when I have multiple photos, but I only want to highlight one photo on the layout because design wise that's what is pleasing to my eye for this. So I'm just showing you how I create create these little photo books. It's super easy. If you don't have anything high-tech or fancy, you can literally do it with just a scrap piece of paper and tape. That's all I do. It's nothing fancy whatsoever. Super easy. You can do it. You just fold the paper over like that, tape them to each side, and then you tape the top photo on so that you don't even see it. Really easy. So I'm just showing you how I was doing that there. And now I'm going to get into decorating and what I want to do. I want to add some layers, so I'm going to grab this beautiful doily that you can get in the shop. These are so much fun, and this is one I had used some shimmers on, and I liked that, but it's kind of got a purple tone to it, and the other colors I want to use are more of a pinkish tone, and they don't really match. So in the end, I'm going to go back and find just a plain white doily instead, but I tried it. It was worth trying. And I'm also going to layer it with some teal because there's teal around the edges of this layout, so I need to bring in that pop of teal there. And I'm already, while I'm doing this right now, noticing that I love this photo of my daughter. This is literally the very first photo of her being born after she was born, and I really want to use it, but the coloring is so bad. And it's just, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to flip everything and use the one black and white photo that I have. And eventually, the next time I do my printing of my photos, I will turn this photo into a black and white one. There's just something about it that, because, you know, when babies are new, they've got all that lovely stuff on them, and it just doesn't look great. So I'm going to change that into a black and white photo, but for now, it's going to be colored, but I'm going to move it to the inside of my little photo pocket. Now, my idea here is I'm loving everything, but I wanted to add some elements to it in some way or another. So I fussy cut balloons and the florals, and I love the way that looks. I think it's so fun and playful. And then I'm going to work on my title, which is the unique birthday theme. So it's going to be Happy Birthday. And eventually I'm going to put in brackets the word birth. You'll see that when I come back live for you. And it's fun, it's pretty, it's soft, it just makes me happy. I really like the way that this layout turned out, and I think it's still a very much of me layout, even though it's on the more simplistic side. But I've thought that, you know, sometimes you just need something that's soft and not doesn't make your eye wander all around the page and all of that. So that's kind of the flow I'm going with for this layout. I am going to go in and try to decide which sequence I want to use here. In the end, I do decide to use the Rockin' Pink Ombre. And what I'm going to do is place them on the pink balloons to kind of help pop them up and highlight them a little. I really love the effect that this gives. And it's just a little something. And it's just so pretty. So I really, again, I love the way this turned out. It's so soft and just very, very pretty. It's maybe not the most summery layout, but I'm going to go with the fact that it works for a sunny Tuesday because of the fact that it's a happy layout. So sunny doesn't have to necessarily mean summer. It can also mean happy. So that's how I'm taking on this layout for the week. And I will be back live to kind of share with you my overview. Even though this is a very simplistic layout, I did kind of struggle with it a little bit because I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. Something was missing and all of that. So I kind of went off camera and just gave myself time to play, and I thought I was recording, and of course I wasn't. That keeps happening to me. But that's okay, because now I can come back live and explain it to you, and you won't have to see the process because it took me hours to finish this layout. I just kept playing. So just hang on one second and you can see the finished layout. Okay guys, so I have Nora in my hand, so I'm only one-handed here. Sometimes the most simplest of layouts take up the most time. I tell you. And there's something missing. I don't know exactly what it is, where I'm going to find it, where I'm going to add it, but something's missing. But I'm happy with what I have, so I'm going to go with it. And I don't know, I think this is kind of fun. It's a neat take on birthday. I think one of my little things fell off, so I just have to find where it went missing so I can replace it because it's birthday. and I love it. So all you missed from my thing is I added a little bow here. Right here, I'm not exactly sure. This is where I think something's missing, but I liked that element there. It was a nice grounding piece to my journaling. And then I just added a little heart and this little cluster right here. And I think I'll add like a word phrase or something right there just to kind of round out this photo. But I am waiting to get the black and white photo for this. So until I have that, this is probably going to stay like that. I like that this brings in the teal. I think that's really pretty. And all in all, I'm pretty happy with this. So I hope you enjoyed this. And I popped all of these on Pop Dots. I don't know if I did that on video. But I really hope you enjoyed this episode. And I will be back next week with, next week we are doing stitching on sequins. So that'll be really fun too. But like I said, don't forget to go check out the blog, and Sarah King's over there today. And then tomorrow come back to the YouTube channel and see Christina Sorge and her fun take on this really fun birthday week. Bye everyone.